Hello guys, this is your friend and we are back with a new fanfic. Which is what if Naruto got into harem with Anko and Tsume. And if you enjoy this fanfic then please press the like button and subscribe to my channel for more fanfic like this. And now let's start the fanfic. Naruto has been waiting for this day for a long time now. Today will be the day that Konoha pays for what they have done. They killed Naruto clan. They had dared to destroy the Wolf clan. Now it's the Chunin exams and in the third round. This test was 1 versus 1 matches and the win goes to the finales. Naruto is going to versus Kiba right now but not before he tells he Hokage. He going tell everyone here the truth about Kyuubi and the reason why she attack. No more of the third Hokage lies will keep coming from his mouth. Naruto looks at Kiba. He was one of the people in his genin class. He was always loud and a pain in the. But the biggest pain was Sasuke, the person he has to be on the same team as. Naruto doesn't hate Kiba but he doesn't like him. Now he has a chance to made him pay for all the insults that Kiba made to him back in the genin class. Every one time he made a mistake thanks to his powers being sealed without him knowing. Kiba would always insult just like everyone else in the class. No more insulting because now his powers are released and it's not to show everyone his true power. Looks like we have an easy win, Kiba said to his dog partner. Naruto didn't care what Kiba said to him because he knows Kiba's not going to win. Know that because right now he only forced on the old man. That backstabbed him and told him lies. Hokage-sama, maybe now, you should tell everyone the real reason Kyuubi attack, Naruto said as he smirks to the Hokage. Everyone just looked at him and wonder what he was talking about. Everyone knows that Kyuubi attack for no reason and some of them believe it was because it was a blood-crazy demon. How wrong they are because Kyuubi had a really good reason to want this village died. It is the same reason that Naruto wants this village dead. Naruto, what do you mean? No one knows why Kyuubi attacked the village, the Hokage told him as he lied to the boy again. The Hokage always hated to lie to him and for what he had done to the boy, but I couldn't be helped. But Naruto was so used to the third Hokage lying to him. Right now he knows that the old man is trying to lie to him once again. This time it's not going to work. The truth will come out and they will pay for it dearly. Don't lie. You may have fooled me before. You may have sealed my powers and bloodline away. Kyuubi attack because you had backstabbed and destroy the Wolf clan. Then you had the guts give me the last name Uzumaki. You took my last name away, Naruto yelled at the Hokage with rage and anger in his voice. Naruto was so pissed at this minute that some of the genin were scared of him. Gaara was wondering what was going on and if this boy was like him. Naruto, how do you still remember that? The third Hokage yelled to Naruto as he's worried about what going to happen. If people found out the true reason then maybe they would hate the village. The third Hokage never wanted to hurt Naruto or take away his last name from him. But he had to do what was good for the village. The guilt he feels inside of his heart, he knows that he will never lose the guilt for as long as he lives. Naruto on the other hand will never forgive them for what they had done. He will forever hate this village and never think about forgiving them. Remember, you had thought your seals would make me forget. You killed my clan, then Kyuubi the nine-tailed vixen. Who was the clan guardian attack your village? When Naruto yelled back again for the second time, Naruto had more rage and anger in his voice. What Naruto did next shocked everything. 2 black wings come out of Naruto back as his face changed as well. His eyes turned into wolf eyes as his teeth become more wolf-like with sharp fangs. Tsume and the other Inuzuka women who are watching were shocked. His feral was more than their own. Half of the people that are listening are trying to figure out if Naruto is telling the truth. What if they really caused the nine-tailed demon to attack their village? Was it their fault that so many of their families and friends are died now? Some of them looked down because few of them had helped in the attack or their family was in the attack. Now all the hate towards Naruto was gone. Because it's not Naruto's fault that it happened. It was their and only theirs. You attacked my clan. Why did you? My clan was loyal to Konoha. It has been loyal to your village since the first Hokage. It was one of the first clans to help you build this village. This is how you repay them. By killing them. Naruto yelled with all he had as his rage was about to hit his max. Naruto couldn't stay it anymore. How could this village become something like that? How could this village become so heartless and cold? This good-for-nothing village. Right now Naruto wishes the village to burn in hell and he wants to be sitting there watching as it burns to ash. We had found info that said the Ukami it means wolf, just like Inu means dog was going to attack. Naruto couldn't believe his ears as he hears the Hokage tell him that his clan was going to attack the village. His clan was loyal and would never attack an ally and never backstab a friend. How far will the Hokage go to make people believe that they were the ones that are innocent and that his clan was the ones that are the evil ones? Naruto was now pissed off to the point where no one in this room together couldn't hold as much rage in them than him. We would never attack our allies. My clan lives by their loyal and pride over their lives. Even if you had info about some lie, you had no right to kill and rape my whole clan. Everyone who was in the room could hear how pissed Naruto was. Which everyone in the whole room was now shocked. The Hokage couldn't believe what he had just heard. They told the shinobi to only kill the clan, never to rape them. How come someone have done that to that clan? Wasn't killing them bad as it is, but to rape them? He looks at Naruto, which he's starting to wonder if doing this was the right thing for the village. The old man was also wondering if telling everyone the truth would be better for everyone. Right now no one in this room could say that what he had done was for the good of the village. Other people here aren't from this village and they couldn't believe what was going on. Asuma couldn't believe his father never took him the truth about what happened. His own father kept something like that from his own sons. Asuma knows that in shinobi life there is going to be things people can't talk about, but this was something that should have never had been hidden. He has watched Naruto's life and he has seen the hell that boy was put through. Now he finds out all that pain was for a lie to be hidden. He couldn't stop thinking that his father was part of something like this. Naruto, we never rap. He was cut off by Naruto as he could see the anger inside of his eyes. These eyes hold more anger and rage in them than the Kyuubi herself. If you looked at Naruto right now you could swear he wasn't human because of the hate and anger in his eyes. But then again maybe Naruto isn't a human at all right now. Yes you did. When Kyuubi got to the clan area and seen them dead and the women smelled like and laying on the ground. As Naruto yells at the Hokage again, he starts to walk closer to the Hokage but was stopped by his sensei Kakashi. Naruto couldn't call Kakashi his sensei because he had known all of this and never said a word. Also Kakashi never trained Naruto because he hated Naruto, and for what? His sensei was the reason this village had been attacked by Kyuubi. Naruto looked at his so-called sensei and Kakashi was taken aback by the anger that was going at him. Kakashi slowly backed up from Naruto. It was like looking at Kyuubi again, but this time a stronger and more evilly vision of Kyuubi. Kakashi for his part had known that Kyuubi attacked because of them. But he still doesn't want to face the world knowing that his sensei may have been the one that was evil and wrong. To him his sensei was like a second father to him. So he never wants to think of him as someone that did something like this to a whole clan. But then again he let Naruto go through so much pain. He could have helped but he didn't. He just watched and wished that his sensei was still alive to help him. Naruto Hokage again was cut off by the enraged Naruto, who right now wanted blood. He wanted the blood of the person that told the fourth Hokage these lies. He wants that person died and he wasn't going to stop. Only way he was going to stop was if that person was killed. Naruto wasn't a bloodlust person, no, he was far from that. But this was hurting him so much. Hearing the Hokage say all this was too much for him. He slowly is losing control of his anger and becoming something that Kyuubi is worried about. Kyuubi cares deeply for Naruto. Not as a lover kind but as a mother or grandmother like. She has always been there since the attack and she's not going to let anyone hurt him again. Who told you that lie? Who took you that my clan was going to attack? Tell me now, old man. Naruto asked, yelled in a demonic tone of voice as he starts giving off a demonic aura. Gaara, for first time since he became a mindless killer, was scared of the kind of demonic aura he was giving off. Gaara being scared is not something you see every day. You only see that once in a lifetime. But everyone around he was starting to become scared as well. The older shinobi which seen Kyuubi in the past are starting to become scared of Naruto. No one could blame him for doing this. They have all seen his life and now everyone knows the reason everyone hates him was a lie. Danzo, the leader of Root Anbu, when Naruto heard that, he just looked down at the Hokage in shame for him. How could they believe someone that tried to kill him? How could they believe a rat like Danzo over his clan? Anko couldn't believe someone like the fourth Hokage would believe Danzo over a whole clan of loyal shinobi. Right now she was worrying if the fourth Hokage was really a great person now. He was said to be the hero of Konoha for stopping Kyuubi. But he was one of the main reasons that she attacked the village. So was he really the so-called hero of the village? Or was he just like Snake Face and is a villain? You believe Danzo, a man that tried sending assassins at you and to kill you? You believe a man like that over a clan that was loyal to you since the birth of Konoha? Naruto asked as he still was looking down because he couldn't look the Hokage in the eyes anymore. The third Hokage was wondering if Danzo had tired killing him. He wouldn't put it past the old hawk to try killing him. As Naruto asked the Hokage wolves start walking in the Chunin exam room. Tsume looked and was shocked to see so many wolves. It was around 40. Most of the wolves were normal size. Some of them were smaller, which people can tell by looking, or pups of the wolves. There was about 3 of them that are bigger than the other wolves. All of them had the same color fur. It was a beautiful shade of silver. Their eyes were a deep blue color, which by looking at them, you could only call them beautiful wolves because of their fur and eyes. Naruto, what do you mean he tried killing me? The Hokage was wondering what Naruto means as he asked him. He was also wondering what if Naruto was right. What if Danzo did lied to them and gave them lies just so they would kill the clan? If Naruto was right, the Hokage couldn't live with himself anymore. He wonders if Minato is up there with Kami regretting what he has done. Maybe when he goes up there then he could ask him how he feels about what they have done. The fourth Hokage attacked my clan because of Danzo. If you don't believe me when I said he sent people to kill you in the past, then get Ino's dad to look inside my mind. Everyone heard him say that as he sits down with his soul and heartbroken. This village finally broke Naruto will and wanting to move forward. He could hear Kyuubi's voice inside his head, trying to keep him from giving up on life. So she keeps saying caring voices to him. The third Hokage couldn't look at Naruto right now. He thought about to the day that Minato, the fourth Hokage, had ordered the attack on the clan. It was just to kill them, not to rape them. The fourth would never tell his men to rape them, but who would do that to people of their own village? They had feared that the clan was attacking because of Danzo info. Now it looks like that the info was all lies and they had killed a clan for no reason. A clan that was the most loyalists of all clans. He looks at Naruto, which one day he could forgive this foolish village. But the old man knows that he would never fully forgive the village and he just hopes that Naruto doesn't destroy this village. He couldn't blame Naruto if he did destroy the village. One of many wolves walked over to Naruto and laid down in his lap. Naruto moved his head onto the wolf's head as he moved his wings to cover his body. Naruto right now was so drained of his life that he looks at the wolf with lifeless eyes. The wolf starts licking his face, telling him that it's okay. That the wolves were going to keep him safe and no one was going to hurt him anymore. Naruto. Danzo will pay for what he has done, the Hokage said as he looks at the broken Naruto. The biggest wolf walks up to the Hokage, then looks at him hard. The wolf only looked at the Hokage with hate, then looked at Naruto, and she couldn't stand him being sad. The wolf treats Naruto like her own son and wishes that he could be happy again. She hates anyone that makes her Naruto sad. Why should he listen to a word you say? All you in this village has done is hurt him. You took his name away. You took his clan away. This village has done only took and call him a demon or monster. You are nothing to him anymore. You are nothing and this village is nothing. The wolf yelled and shocking everyone. Right in front of them is a talking wolf, but the Inuzuka are only ones that don't become shocked by this. They used to hearing dogs talk, so to them this is only something that was normal to them. It may not be normal for everyone else, but to them it is. You have all rights to not trust me and hate me. But I do want to try to make it up to him, and I know this village has a lot to pay for. The third Hokage said to the wolf who just looked back at Naruto. Give Naruto-sama his clan belongings, the wolf said to the Hokage as he looks back at Naruto whose sad eyes. The third Hokage just nodded, then unsealed a scroll. When the scroll was unsealed, three things come out. One was a white katana. The katana blade was white unlike the other katana in the world. The handle of the blade was a blood red, which looks like it was made by a master of crafting. It also has a head of a wolf on the end of the handle. The head was made out of a silver-colored gem. The other two things are a ring with his clan sign on it. The ring was a gold-looking ring, which was made out of gold that was crafted into ring by the first leader of the clan. The last thing was a scroll that only someone of his clan can open. The scroll looks like a normal scroll, which everyone could tell that it had a seal on it. It could keep that someone was from the clan, and that was only person who could open it. The reason why it can keep is because the person has to drop his blood onto the seal. This is what people call a blood seal, which is common to see in the world of shinobi. Naruto-same opened the scroll, then give it to Tsume-same. The wolf say Tsume was wondering why the wolf told him to do that. What was this scroll that she has to get? Naruto took the ring first as he moved it onto his finger. Then he took the scroll and opened it, which he then gave it to Tsume. Naruto had opened it by biting his thumb and wiped the seal of the scroll. He was also wondering why he had to give this to Tsume. Also he was wondering why he can't read it first. He starts to have a bad feeling about this scroll. Tsume looked at the scroll and starts to read what it said. She was hoping this wasn't something bad. She really didn't want to hear any more bad news today. She looks at Naruto before she starts to read the scroll. She fears that this scroll is bad news because her clan believes that the Ukami clan hates them for asking to move outside the village like they did. Dear head of Inuzuka clan, I understand that you like move out of the walls of Konoha like we have been. I know it been long time since we talk, but we hope that we are still on good terms. We've been making an area for you to build your homes out here, but we feared that people in Konoha are trying to get rid of us. If for some reason we no longer alive and my son is, I hope that our clans can be allies still and become partners. Also I hope you understand what kind of partners. If the clan head is a woman and not married, then would you be Naruto mate when he gets older? If you say no, I understand and we will not hold it against you in any way. With this scroll you allowed to go to the land next to our clan grounds. We hope that our fears are not real, but if it is real then please take care of Naruto. He has a power that we don't. He is the fallen one and I hope that you understand what we mean by that. From Tenchi Ukami. Tsume looked at the scroll and couldn't believe that all this time the Inuzukas thought they hate them for asking so much, but really they wanted them to be allies. Tsume couldn't believe that they asked her to become Naruto partner, and she does know what that means. She only hopes that Naruto lets her be with him, even if it just to make allies, or maybe it can be more. To her, Naruto is someone with a strong will to go through all the pain the village has given him. Also finding the truth and now going crazy with bloodlust. She also think that he is strong because he has heard from his teacher Kakashi that he will do anything to help his teammates. She knows Kakashi didn't train him well, but she can't blame him. He still thinks in the past and wishing his teammates and sensei was alive. She also wishes that her little sister Rin was still alive. What is it, Tsume-sama? What does the scroll say? A Inuzuka who has long blue hair that goes to the middle of her back. She also has brown slit eyes like all other member of the clan. She was around 22 and had a nice body on her. This whole time the Ukami didn't hate us but wanted us to move outside the Konoha with them. They had fears that Konoha would turn on them and I guess their fears come true, Tsume said as few tears come down her eyes. She was truly sad that they lose good friends because of this village dumb thinking. Kami how she would wish that things could be changed but they can't so she going make their last wish come true. She's going be here to take care of Naruto for them. She swears that no one going to stop her from making Naruto happy. Naruto you should read this. This will change a lot of things for you. Some of them will be nice and good changing, Tsume said to him as Naruto walked over to her. He took the scroll and read it. When he was done Naruto looked at her then she just smirked back. Naruto wasn't going to like that smirk not one bit. He was right to have a bad feeling about this scroll. He was starting to wish he had just burned it then run away fast. He knows if he had burned it then his Ka from run after him to hurt him. It's not all bad. I can tell you that she's right about things going be nice and good. Maybe even fun. Ahahaha. When he hears Kyuubi said that then he really knows he's doomed. Kyuubi for her part was just laughing at him because he still doesn't realize that he going have a mate. A mate that is older than him but also one of the hottest women in the whole village. She still remembers when Naruto father drooled at her when he first met her. She had teased him about it for years because it was so damn funny. Leader of the clan was drooling for Tsume. As Kyuubi thinks about the past she remembers when times was nice but now she's sealed inside Naruto which she swears just like Tsume did about keeping Naruto safe and happy. She believes if she does that then she can be forgiven for failing to save the clan. To her the clan was a home that she never had. When the clan first let her become a part of it, it was something that she truly was happy about. She never going let them down again. I don't think I going like that smirk. When Tsume heard him say that she just smiled then smirked to him. She was going to tease him to no end but that was for later and not now. But she did wonder if the stories were true about him having a really large stamina output. She had heard stories of him outrunning Anbu and she is really hoping that is true as she licks her lips. But she also realizes that Naruto has Kyuubi inside of him which means he most of one big stamina output because of the demon inside of him. Don't worry. We talk about this later. Right now you have to fight your match. Or are you going to back down now? Tsume asked him as she walked over to her daughter Hana. Hana was just wondering what in the world is going on. She was hoping whatever was going on wasn't something bad. She hasn't seen her mother act like this in a long time. When she did that was the day they found out that Kiba was going to be born soon. Right now she doesn't want any more brothers. Kiba is a pain in her as it is that's why she doesn't want no more brothers like him. Ka-chan, what going on? Please tell me it's not something bad. I have this bad feeling my life going be doomed soon. The biggest wolf which was the one that talked to the Hokage just looks at him. She smirks which Naruto is really hating everyone that's smirking today. To him when someone smirks it means they hiding something or teasing him. He was hoping it was just teasing him right now. Then again his Ka always teases him but sometimes she does both teasing and keeps things from him. He finds out later what it is but it never a good thing. You'll see so behave little Naruto. Naruto was not liking where this was going oh no he wasn't. This was something Naruto had a feeling that he should be running away as fast as he can. I don't like where this is going Ka-chan. As Naruto was talking to the wolf everyone was wondering why he was calling a wolf his mother. Why in the right mind would he call a wolf mother but it was not wired for Tsume and her clan. To Naruto she was his Ka. She was the one that broke the seal that the third Hokage had put on him. She was the one that helped him the most when it comes to understanding his clan and powers. To him she is a second Ka. I bet you will like it a lot. I really bet you that you'll love it but you'll just have to wait and see Naruto heard the wolf say which she starts to laugh after she had told him that which now Naruto is really starting to hate this day. Let's just get this fight over with, loser. Naruto smirked to him as his replied back. Kiba has no idea what he's getting himself into. Naruto was going to make this mutt learn his place in the world. Tsume, what time is it? He asked her, which she smirked because it was night and she knows that the fallen one powers are stronger when the moonlight is on them. It's night and it's a full moon out today. When she get done talking, Naruto was smirking. Naruto was thinking of the perfect way to teach Kiba where his place is now. I'll fight your Kiba with my bloodline, the fallen one, he said as his body changed. His feet changed into wolf with claws and fur all over his legs and feet like a werewolf. His chest become more toned as it was also covered in a thick fur, and his arms because bigger and was claws for hands. His wings because 2 arms that are little bit under his other arms. His head because a wolf head with teeth of a wolf. Think of a 4-arm werewolf. He then takes his blade into one of his right hands and jump up as he cuts a giant hole into the roof, causing the moonlight to shine down on the area. How Naruto loved looking at the moon, and it's a beautiful moonlight. Naruto could stare at the moon all night without stopping. Most would call him wired or crazy, but a wolf loves the moon. Everyone was shocked to see the new form of Naruto. The Inuzuka women because little bit horny seeing Naruto like this and was wondering what 4 arms can do in other areas besides fighting. Inuzuka women were not like how people talk about them. They don't just go around jumping men. No, but something that was feral or someone that looked more feral or feral like them turned them on. It was just part of being a dog, and yes, they are close to their animals, but they don't go that way. They hate how people talk about them because people that talk about them really just want to think about as hentai things about the clan. Are you coming, Kiba, or are you going to quit now? He asked in a mocking way, which causes Kiba to get pissed and jump down to the fighting grounds, which Naruto knows he's pissing off Kiba. Naruto loves to get under people's skin. To him that a great pastime he learned from Kyuubi. Tsume, is it okay if I hurt your son? Tsume just looked at him and she had a faint blush on her face because no one has called her Haim before. Naruto learned teasing as a pastime as well. Kyuubi for her part trained Naruto well in acting like a kitsune. She showed him how to tease women to the point where they blush and sometimes pass out. If you win, then maybe you can have some lone time with me, she replied back to him, which caused Naruto to blush, but lucky for him the fur hid in his red face. Naruto starts to think of what they could do when they have alone time. Naruto is really glad he's in this form because everyone would see how bad his face is blushing. Kiba was getting pissed for one. Naruto the dead last thinks he can beat him. Other reason is that his mother flirting with him. He was going to rip Naruto apart for doing that. No one has the right to flirt with his mother. Naruto also knows that he's pissing Kiba off by flirting with his mother, so he was more than happy to keep doing it. Naruto then jumps down to where Kiba is. Naruto is wondering how far he can make Kiba get. How much can he piss off Kiba? When Hayate told them to start, Naruto had hit Kiba in the chest, causing him to go backwards into the wall. Naruto then grabs Kiba partner and throws him up to Tsume, which she grabs him. I don't want hurt an animal, so he going stay out of this fight, Naruto said as he rushes at Kiba, who just get up and notices his friend is gone. That wasn't a good thing to have. Inuzuka fights with their partners, but without one they're weaker. That is another reason why he had tossed the dog to Tsume, because he knows that they are weaker without them. He was going to show Kiba that he needs to learn how to fight without his friend always being by his side. His partner will not always been by his side. Kiba needs to learn how to fight one-on-one in order to live in this world. Naruto not going to lie by saying Kiba not too young to learn it, but Kiba is too young. His whole life he was showed how to work with his dog partner, but now he needs to learn how to fight for himself. Kiba try using his family jutsu on Naruto, but Naruto was just too fast, and some of this power is coming from the moonlight. The moonlight was like a power boost for people with the fallen one bloodline. Which is why Naruto put a hole there so he could see the moonlight. Which he loves to see, but also he loves the power boost from it. It was like taking 10 solidar pills at once. The boost was something he couldn't get enough of. It was like a drug that he needs more of, but hell, he doesn't mind wanting to get more of it. Naruto then grab him with two of his arms and start hitting him with his other two arms. Everyone couldn't believe how powerful Naruto was and was glad they weren't being hit by his four arms. Kakashi was hoping Naruto didn't turn on him for being a bad sensei for him. How he really was hoping he wouldn't do that. Kakashi starts thinking of a way to make it up to Naruto. Not out of being scared, but out of him being of a sensei to him. He just hopes that Naruto will let him made it up to him. Kiba was now on the ground causing his luck, and Hayate had called the match. Naruto was looking down at Kiba, which Kiba was now pissed at Naruto because he had lost to him. To someone everyone believes was the dead last of his class. How come someone like that becomes so strong so fast? How did you get so strong? Kiba asked as Naruto picked him up and laid him down next to his mother's feet. Tsume was glad Naruto didn't kill her only son. How she would be mad, but then again Naruto could give her mother pups. Hana on the other hand couldn't believe someone kick her little brother that good and fast. Maybe she could hire him when her brother being a pain in her. She could hire him to beat him up so she didn't have to. Nice job, kid, but did you really have to beat the poor boy up that made? You most like making people mad. You take after me way too much, ha ha ha. First, my powers are times threefold when full moon shines on me. If the full moon not here, then I would have been even with you, Naruto said to him as Kiba cursed at the moon in his mind. Now he was starting to wish the moon would blow up so he could beat Naruto. Naruto turned back into his normal form but with his feral sides, and Tsume walked over to him. He was hoping he could get his alone time with her now. He doesn't know why, but he feels pulled to her. Maybe because of her feral looks or that she got a body. But Naruto just wants to have alone time with her. It funny to him, at first he was thinking this all going doom his life, but now he wants to be alone with her and likes this idea. I guess you won that alone time with me? Tsume asked into his ear as Naruto blushed a deep crimson color. How she was going to love teasing him. She was hoping that he doesn't get used to her teasing because it's just too fun to do. Naruto on the other hand wasn't liking the teasing and was hoping to get used to it soon. Because he may die of blood lost if he didn't. She is going be your mate. When Naruto hears the wolf say that, he looks back at Tsume, then the wolf with a face that was like, what in hell are you talking about? Naruto is starting to hope this is a joke, but part of him wants to be Tsume mate. So he could touch her and do things that no one else can with her. Kyuubi, you're turning me into a pervert, you do know that, right? Why in the world are you doing this for? Kyuubi just giggling to herself when she hears Naruto say that. Because it's fun and all kitsune are perverts, so I want to act more like me. I can see why you're having pervert thoughts about Tsume. At least you're pick someone that can do a good job with you. Maybe you're have kitsune, ha 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 ha. Naruto on the other hand was just wishing this day would end. He was also wishing Kyuubi will stop messing with his mind. But that never going to happen. What are you talking about, Ka? Naruto was now in worried as he asked the wolf that. The wolf just looked and laughs at the boy who is like a son to her. How clueless he could be at times was so funny to her. But it was also fun to tease him, and how she was going to tease him about this. That scroll that I told you to give to Tsume. It had asked the Inuzuka if it was a female leader to be your mate. Naruto looked at Tsume with a beet red face, which he was hoping that's all the new he is going to hear, but boy was he wrong to hope that. The best part is, you're last of your clan, so you're going to have more than one mate. Naruto just looked at the wolf after she said that, but on her face was a big smirk, then start to really laugh as she sees her son shocked and was blushing more. Kami, how she was going to love teasing her son to no end. Some would say that was mean, but that a mother job to tease her son. Is that all? Naruto asked the wolf, who was still smirking. Naruto really is hoping that was all the news he going to hear today. Right now he can't believe how the half things that was going on now. First he going have Tsume as his mate, and now he finds out he was going to have more than one mate. Tsume is going be your first mate, and by clan laws. You have with her by the first full moon you pick her. Guess what, tonight the full moon, so you have to get some alone time with her or else. I mean alone time on a bed. When the wolf said that, Naruto was now blushing and having nosebleed, and Tsume had a few shades of red on her face as well. Do I have to? I only 14, Naruto pleaded with the wolf, who just smirked at him. The wolf was loving her job right now. Right now she can't stop laughing or teasing the poor boy. Yes, you do by clan laws, she said, and Naruto wanted to kill the wolf right now. Who could make a 14-year-old have? This wasn't fair to him, and the damn clan laws are going to be a pain in the. He was hoping there was a way to remove all clan laws. But that never going to happen, because clan laws are something no one can remove. Which Naruto was cursing his luck right now. So Naruto is going to mark me today and I get to be his first. Tsume asked in his ear as his face stay beet red. Then he kisses Tsume on the lips, which she was shocked, then leaned into the kiss. A stalker was sad right now and wanted to run away from the area. She couldn't believe she didn't tell him how she felt. That was because she too shy and passes out when she too close to him. The Sei stalker's goddess of a sensei sees that, she said, and then moves over to her. She knows how it feels to have the one you love like someone else. But she knows that she needs to help her student out right now. Hinata, you shouldn't be sad because you need to get over it before it gets in the way of your shinobi life, Kurenai said to her student as Hinata looks at her sensei. I know, but it still hurts, she said to her sensei, who nods to her. Her sensei looks at Naruto and Naruto sees her staring, then looks into her eyes. She then blushed as she gets lost in his blue slit eyes. When Naruto looks away, she gets out of the stare and stop blushing. The other fights have the same way. Anko then walks up and looks at the shinobi who passed. First match is Naruto Uzumaki vs. Sasuke Uchiha, she said, causing Naruto to smirk. He was going to love kicking the shit out of his so-called teammate. Naruto hated Sasuke because he thought he was a god because of his bloodline and clan. No one is a god and no one is better than everyone else. Thanks, cutie, he said back to Anko in a flirting tone of voice. Tsume smirked because Naruto may have found his second mate. If Anko was not used to people giving her lines like that, she would have blushed. But because she is used to it, she just moves it aside and start walking again. Match 2, Gaara vs. Neji. Match 3, Tamari vs. Lazy Butt. Last match, Batman vs. Bandage Face Dude. When she did few insults, the shinobi gave her dirty look, but Naruto then hits each one on the head. Anko's smirk also was liking this blonde for doing that for her. Tsume, where do you want to have our alone time at? Naruto asked her, which causes her to blush at the nickname he gave her. Let's go to my house, that way no one can ruin it. Because I want to show you how good I can be as your mate, she said as she grabbed him and left in a wave of leaves. Everyone else was wondering what was going on. Kiba was now right that he was getting too close to his mother. He really didn't want to find out that he has to call Naruto too. But how little too late he realized that he going to have to call Naruto that. Hana was having that same kind of thoughts. She didn't want to have a step 2 that was younger than her. That'd be too wired and crazy. All the other men were cursing Naruto inside their mind for being so lucky to get Tsume as a girlfriend. That's because Tsume one of the hottest women in this village. So they really want to know how in the hell did Naruto, the person with a demon, got Tsume. The wolves start to leave after Naruto did. Naruto was wondering if Tsume can turn her little boy into a man. She was hoping he doesn't mess up, because if he doesn't, she finds out. She going to tease him to no end. She smiles as she thinks of ways to tease her little son. When they get to where they want to be, which is Tsume's bedroom. The bed was in middle of the room, as he could tell it was like a normal room. He noticed that it was a clean room unlike his. His place was mess as hell, but he nice to see a room clean for once. He would never have thought her room would be normal one. Are you sure you want to do this? He asked as she looks at him. Tsume was smiling because he cares about if she wants to do it or not. Right now she wants to because he's so caring and that she hasn't been with anyone in a long time. Yes, and is this your first time? Tsume asked, and he nodded to her. Tsume was happy that she could be his first time and was going to show him how everything works. Naruto was hoping she wasn't going to tease him then. Right now he's been teased way too much for one day. Then let me help you, she said as she kisses his lips. No, in this sorry. But you'll see it in flashbacks soon. Sorry, I don't want make too many right away in this story. Only reason why they are having is because of the clan laws, or otherwise it would take long time for them to do this. Few hours later, Naruto wakes up to see a beautiful Tsume onto of him. But he was wondering something about the mark. So he was going ask Kyuubi about it. Because from his the mark doesn't look like that. He was wondering if she had something to do with this new mark that was on his mate neck. He was hoping it wasn't something bad or something that can hurt her. Inside his mind, Kyuubi, you awake? He asked her, which he sees two giant eyes look at him. He thinks about to the first time he seen Kyuubi eyes. He was only 5, but he was scared because he thought it was a monster that was going to try eating him. Now he's glad he was wrong and that Kyuubi is inside of him. She fun to talk to, but she was someone you could come to if you need help on something. What is it? Nice fun last night you had. You keep me up all night, do you know that? She said with a smirk, causing Naruto to blush. He had a feeling that Kyuubi was going to tease him about having with Tsume. He was starting to regret coming here tonight, but he wants to know more about this new mark. About the new mark, what does it do? Kyuubi smirks at him because she knows it going be fun telling him about it. Also it going be fun teasing him about it as well. You can't blame her, the only thing she can do inside his mind is tease him. Now she has something to tease him with, so she not going to lose the chance to. Normally it means you're lovers and married, but because you have me inside of you. You can't die of age, so I changed the mark a little. Now your mates can't die of age, so you don't need worry about her growing old. Naruto was now shocked and worried about Tsume and how she going to react to the news. Normally someone would think of that as a bad thing. He was hoping that she doesn't hate him for doing that to her. How can I tell someone that they can't age now? Naruto asked, worried, and Kyuubi looked at him. All of the years she has seen him care about everyone and worry about people. She never understands why he was so worried about people that insult him or hurt him. But he was that kind of person who does care and worry. I bet she'll be happy because this way she can see her kids grow up and have their own kids, Kyuubi told Naruto, because she want to try to cheer him up and not worry so much. She's hoping that it will work. Naruto had a lot to think of right now, but he didn't want to show Kyuubi that he was worried. She has helped him too much to make her feel like this was her fault. Thanks, Kyuubi, and how are you doing? He asked her, which she just smiles at him. I'm doing fine and don't worry about me, but you should go back, your mate waking up. Naruto nodded to her, and he was trying to get used to having someone be called his mate. It wasn't something you can just get used to fast, and he hopes in time he can get used to it. Outside his mind, Naruto looks down as she starts opening her eyes to him. She notices that he is look that shows that he is worried about something. He hopes she will not hate him when she finds out about the mark. What's wrong? She said as he kisses her lips. She was worried that something happened or he was regretting what they had done. Because she doesn't regret it, and she also hoping that he doesn't either. I just found out that the mark one put on you stops you from aging. Because Kyuubi is inside of me, the normally mate mark was changed. I'm sorry. Tsume just smiles at him because she was glad that he was worried about her. But she didn't mind not aging because in a way it's a good thing. Now she can see her grandkids grow up, but also this means she can have more pups with Naruto. The age difference made her worry that she wouldn't have long time with him, but now she doesn't have to worry about time. You don't have nothing to be sorry about. You didn't know, and now I can spend even more time with you, she said to him in a happy tone, which causes Naruto to smile at her. He was truly glad that she wasn't mad at him or hated him. Thank you, Tsume. Tsume just kissed his lips, which she was glad that everything happened now. For the first time in a really long time she can lay beside someone. Mom, where are you? Where is breakfast? Kiba yelled as he opens door to his mother room to see Naruto under his mother, which causes his mind to shut down and pass out. Both of them started to laugh when they see Kiba passed out on the ground. I think we should get clothes on now, Naruto said to her, which she nodded as she getting up. Naruto looks at her well-shaped. I glad I can get to see that for long time, he said, which she just looks at him, then looks at where his eyes are looking at and smirks. She then starts shaking her nice in his face, which he playfully slaps. One thing she could say about herself was that she had a great. Naruto puts his boxers and pants on, then looks at his mate starting to put a black thong from her dresser on, but she was doing it slow, really slow, because she wanted to tease her mate. Then she puts on pair of black pants. She then put on a gray shirt without having a bra under her shirt, leaving her D-cup chest free to move around under her shirt. Kami Naruto was in heaven. He finally had someone to love, and it happened to be a goddess-looking woman. Naruto and Tsume walked down to the kitchen, which Hana was waiting in when she sees Naruto with her mother. She was shocked, but unlike Kiba, she didn't pass out. What's going on, Ka-san? She said her mother, which she just smirked back to her daughter. Naruto is my new mate. When her daughter heard that, she couldn't believe her ears, and she then looked at Naruto. She couldn't say that he didn't look good without his shirt, but he was younger than her. Hana was wishing he was with someone else, maybe like herself, who is closer to his age. But now she going have a step two that younger than her. This was going be little wired around the house now because of this. She wonders what Kiba going to do about this. Knowing her little brother is not going do anything because both of them know better than to piss their mother off. How did that happen? Hana said, and her mother filled her in on what happened. By then Kiba come down and she told him the same thing she told her daughter. Kiba wasn't like his sister. He hated this now because Naruto, the one that beat him in the match, was now his mother mate. In his mind he was wishing he could remove Naruto right now. I still don't like this. Tsume just looked at Kiba with a look that say too bad because it's not going to change. Tsume wasn't going give up Naruto because he had beat her son in a fight. Tsume, what do you want to do today? Naruto asked his mate as she just thinks it over, which Naruto was hoping nothing bad happens because of this. How about you take me shopping? I need clothes and other things. I not going say in front of Hana and Kiba. She said the last part next to his ear so Kiba and Hana couldn't hear. She knows how good they hearing is, so she did it in a very low tone. When do you want to leave? Tsume starts to think about what time to go shopping, and she though it'd be best to go now. She was hoping that Naruto would say yes to her because she didn't want to have to force him to go. How about we go now, Naruto? Naruto nodded to her after he heard her say now. She went to go get her money and come back. When she gets back, she sees Naruto talking to Hana and Kiba getting pissed. Naruto sees her and starts walking to her. When he gets to her, both of them start walking out of the main clan house. Their first stop was the park, where Naruto though it'd be a good place to talk about things. He sits down against a tree, then pulls her onto his lap so that she's lying against his chest. Kami Naruto is starting to get used to this and loving every minute of it. He never wants to let her go because for some reason he just can't think of his life without her. He doesn't understand how he could fall this fast. Maybe it was because she is his first crush and soon to be love. What are we going to do in the future? He asked her, which she looks at him. I don't know, Naruto, because I have not had a mate in a long time, not since my last one left when Kiba was 4 years old. When Naruto hears that his last husband left them when Kid was only 4, he moves his arms around her and holds her close to him. How he would love to kill him right now if he could. Your last one was a asshole for leaving you, he told her, which she smiles to him. He then kisses her neck. I'll always be here with you, Tsume. Once she hears him say that, she smiles and hopes that he really means that. It's nice out here, Tsume said, which she looks up at him and she notices that he's smiling. She knows that Naruto was hated all his life for Kyuubi, and for a wrong reason, for Kyuubi attacking the village. Tsume and her clan has never hated Naruto for having Kyuubi inside of him. But no one had any idea that Uzumaki was not his real last name and it was just a cover-up. How could they remove his last name and his clan from him? That is something she may never forgive the village for doing to Naruto, her new mate. She wonder how he lived through all the hate and daily beatings. Naruto hand his hand down her side then back up her side. He moved his one finger around her jaw lining into her lips. God, she was his first kiss and first time having. Also she was the first woman to ever to let him touch. She was the first woman that was ever close to him. He never had a hug or anything when he was younger. Naruto was outcast, someone no one wants to know that was alive. Also he was someone that everyone hated and feared because of Kyuubi. Naruto had no idea why he was hated till the day before he became a genin. Tsume, you were the first person I kissed and the first female that let me get close to. I just happy that I found you, he said as she smiled back at him. Naruto, can I ask you something? I really need to ask you this. Naruto was hoping that it was something wrong because he doesn't want to lose her. Not after feeling this new feeling inside his heart. If the clan laws and the deal never happened and I ask you to become my mate, would you have say yes to me? Or would you have say no to me? Naruto kisses her lips as he lays her down then lays on top of her. I would say yes to you. No one in their right mind would say no to you. You're the first woman to be nice to me. You're the first person to truly like me for what I am. I don't want to lose this new feeling that inside of my heart now. Tsume smiled and moved her arms around his neck as Naruto kisses her lips. Naruto, I know things are moving fast, but please let's keep moving forward together. I know it going take time for both of us to say we love each other. So let's just go at a slow pace, okay? Naruto nodded his head as he kisses her neck, which she smiles then lets out a moan when she feels his lips on her neck. I don't mind going at a slow pace. Because it was moving fast, but it's hard not going fast when you are dating a Oni goddess. Tsume smirk at the last part of what he said. She then moves into his chest as he smiles to her. Do you like your new chair? Tsume blushed a few shades then closes her eyes as she gets used to this feeling. Feeling of someone loving her again and to be this close both body and heart. She hopes that he doesn't walk out on her like her last mate. He said it was because he was getting too bored with the clan. Naruto sees few tears coming down her cheeks. He wipes her tears away as she smiles to him. What's wrong, Tsume? Tsume could hear the caring tone in his voice. She then looks into his eyes as she begins to speak. I was just thinking what my last mate said to him as he left. He said it was just too boring in the clan, which he also means that I was boring. She could feel Naruto arms wrap around her, which she feels him get mad. She was glad that he cared about her. Her husband was caring at the start, but after Kiba was born, he become cold and more like a asshole, like a caring person. I promise to always be here with you. When she hears Naruto said that, she smiles then turns around on his lap so her legs are wrapped around his waist. He then kisses his lips in a loving and passionate way. Naruto moves his arms around her neck and deepens the kiss with more passion and love that he has for her. Let's go shopping now, Tsume said once she broke the kiss. Naruto nodded to her. Why most people put Hinata in every harem or 2 women and more story? It's ruining good stories. Anyway, hear the next chapter and hope everyone likes it. Naruto's Tsume. Where do you want to start shopping at first, Tsume? Tsume looked at him as she tries to think of where the best place to start is. That's when her gut starts to make sounds which cause Naruto to laugh little bit. Naruto then kisses her neck as he moves his arm around his as he keeps laughing, which she just looks at him. No laughing at me, Naru-kun. Tsume looked at him with a pouting face, which Naruto cups her face as he kisses her lips. Doing this causing her to stop pouting, also kiss him back by deepen the kiss. Naruto moves his hands around her as he leans deeper into the kiss. Tsume was going to keep going on, but everyone was starting to stop and look at them. She didn't to cause a group of people to form around them as they kiss. So she breaks the kiss and looks at him, which he just smiles to her. Let's go somewhere to eat. How about at a place that you like to eat at? Naruto nods his head to her as he takes her hand in his as he moves to the ramen stand. He wonders how the old man and Ayame going to react to this. To him being with someone who's known as the hottest MILF in the village. He's going to love to see how they react to this. After all, Naruto has a kitsune inside of him, but also he is a prankster at heart. When Naruto and Tsume get to the ramen stand, they take a sit. Ayame and old man look at Naruto, then looks at Tsume. They know who Tsume is but never had the chance to see her in their ramen stand. Most of the clan heads don't visit this place, and why they do, it's only because Naruto forced them to come here to buy him ramen. Sometimes they wonder if the reason they are doing so good in money is because of Naruto. Naruto-kun and Tsume-sama, what can I get you too? Ayame asks them as Tsume looks at her because she hates being called Sama. She doesn't like that because to her it makes her feel old. But then again, everyone sees her as the clan head and not the hot woman that she wants people to see her as. That was one of the other reasons she was glad that she's with Naruto, because he sees her as the hot woman, not the clan head. You don't need to call me Tsume-sama. I hate being called that because it makes me sound old. Naruto starts to laugh at that, which she looks at him. Naruto just moves his hand under the table into her thigh. Tsume was wondering why did put his hand on, which she was hoping he wasn't going to do anything in front of everyone. He is a prankster by blood, and because of the Kyuubi inside of him just makes him a bigger one. He moves to Tsume's ear and whispers. No way you could sound old because you're way too. Maybe I can show you that later tonight. Her cheeks get a little bit pink as she looks at him. She was happy that he could tease her back once she teases him because it makes it more fun that way. But also she wasn't going let him win no matter what, even if she has to strip in front of him, but that was only when they are all alone. How do you two know each other? Naruto smiles at Ayame because here is what he wanted her to ask. In his mind he was thinking of the best move to make right now. But Tsume had beaten him to it as she starts to talk. Naruto is my mate. Naruto looks at her, which she just smirks back to him. She was wondering what was taking him so long to tell her. So she just figured that he was trying to be his prankster self again. Which she was glad she beat him to it, because this way she got back at him for making her blush. Ayame on the other hand couldn't believe that Naruto was dating someone. She knows that mate means lover, which she was shocked that Naruto likes older ones. She then looks at Tsume, which she has to say that Naruto had picked one of the hottest women in Konoha. She remembers when people come in here and talked about her and few other women. She just glad no one talking that way about her in front of Naruto. Naruto wasn't someone to let people talk about people he cares about like that. Looks like you are showing your true self, Naruto. It's about time, I mean really, this was way too long of a act. Tsume looks at Ayame, which she most have known about Naruto hiding everything. Also she had heard stories about Naruto always coming to this place because the owner was nice to him. So she guesses that the owner daughter would be kind to him as well, and she was glad that he had someone in his life that cared about him. Yay, and I'm glad that I did stop hiding it. That is because now I'm with Tsume, which makes me the happiness man alive. Nothing else can make me as happy as Tsume makes me feel. Tsume starts to blush as he said that. She was glad that he feels that way about her. Because she feels the same way about him and hopes that he never leaves her like her last mate did. It's about time you found someone to be with. I was worried that you may turn out to be like that Uchiha if you didn't start getting a female to date. I mean, he has how many fangirls and never once got laid, but he did like looking at men all the time. Tsume starts to giggle as Naruto looks at Ayame. Naruto would never go that way because he always likes looking at women body, but also he loves how Tsume is in bed. Don't worry, he's like girls, and after last night, I don't think he will even stop wanting a woman's body. Am I right, my little kitsune? Ayame looks at Naruto with a blushing face because she had no idea that he would have before she would. Naruto also had a beet red face as he looks at his mate who is busy giggling at him. She really loved making him blush because it was so easy to do because he was still an innocent little kitsune in her mind. What can I get you too? Naruto smiles at the old man, which he still has his smile on like always. Naruto never understands why the man always smiles. Maybe it's because he wants people to be happy. But he did have an idea to get back at Tsume by how he asked Naruto what he wanted. Some of Tsume, but that's later tonight, but right now beef ramen. Naruto smirks as Tsume blushes this time. Naruto was happy he got her back for making him blush before. She just looks at him as she comes up with an idea of her own. If you act like that, then maybe you can sleep outside tonight. Naruto looked at her as he starts to kisses her neck. You don't mean that, right? Tsume giggles as she kisses his lips back, which she then moves her hands down his sides and feels his bare skin. She was stopped when Ayame put her hand on her shoulder. She was wondering why the teenage woman was trying to stop her from enjoying her lover. As much as everyone would love for you two to do that right here. This is a place for eating and not that. They can hear few boos from men who wanted to see Tsume undress, which some of them had wives or girlfriends with them. Said wives and girlfriends slapped their husbands and boyfriends in the face. Tsume on the other hand was blushing because she was going that far in front of everyone. She had forgotten all about everyone but Naruto right there and then. She didn't know how Naruto could do that to her. But she was glad that he had that kind of power over her. I would like a beef ramen too. Naruto moves his arm around her waist as she moves her head on his neck. Naruto can feel her hot breath on his neck, which he smiles to her. He really is glad now about the clan rules and that his mother had asked Tsume to be with him. For the first time his clan had helped him by doing this for him. But he wishes that his clan was still alive, which he misses them. He wants to know what his family faces looked like and who they were. I really don't know your clan rules, but what happen if your ex-mate comes back? Naruto looked at her because he doesn't want to lose her to that asshole. He swears he will kill him before he lets him touch his beautiful goddess. Tsume looks at him, which she can tell that he is worried about losing her. She smiles at him because she is glad that he truly cares about her to worry about her. If he had left like he did, then he had no clan rights at all. If the clan head or member mate was say to be died then come back, then they may have to be forced to be with him again. But you have nothing to worry about, my little Naru-kun, because he can't do anything. Naruto kisses her lips as he moves her head back to his neck. Naruto was slowing, becoming less worried now thanks to Tsume. He never will let anyone take her away from him, even if he has to destroy this whole village. Can I ask, when are you going to have a wedding? You are having a wedding, right, and am I invited to it? Naruto looks at her as she looks at him. They had forget about making the wedding because in her clan, becoming mates is like having a wedding, but they know that their friends may want to see a wedding for them. We really haven't though about that because it's only been a day since we became mates. Normally in my clan becoming mates is like getting married. But I guess for the sake of our friends we can make a wedding. Naruto just thought of something. If they clan didn't do wedding, then was this going be her first? Tsume, will this be your first wedding that you ever had? She nods to him as he kisses her lips. I promise that I going make it the best you even seen or had. That's a promise of a lifetime. She smiles as him. She doesn't try to talk him out of it because she can't talk him out of doing it. Thank you, Naru-kun. He smiles as he sees the old man bring him their ramen. Tsume slowly takes some of Naruto food, then moves it to his mouth. He opens his mouth as she puts it in. Once the ramen was in his mouth, she moves her mouth to his. She starts to slip her tongue inside of his mouth. Naruto couldn't believe that he was doing something like this in front of people, but he wasn't going to lie. That is because he loves doing this as he wraps his tongue again hers. Taste of her tongue and ramen at the same time. When they got done and Naruto finally eats the ramen in his mouth, they look at each other, then people around them. Everyone was looking at which caused them to eat their food without saying a word. Naruto pays for the both of them as he says his goodbyes to them. Naruto and Tsume walk out of the ramen place, which Naruto moves his arm around her waist again. Where to go now, Tsume? Tsume looks, then comes up with an idea to cause her mate to have a nosebleed. How she knows that he will have one after what she planning on doing to him. I do need some things to wear and I really know that you want me to try them on in front of you, don't you? Naruto was having an idea what kind of things to show me was about. Which he wasn't going to lie, it was sounding like a great idea to him. He gets to see his mate try on things on, he would love to have his way with her then. Naruto nods his head to her, which she leads him to the women clothes place called Wild Fantasies. Now he was really wondering what she was going to try on for him to see. When both of them walk into the place, Naruto sees a lot of things he would like Tsume to try on for him. But as they are walking more into the place, they see the person behind the desk was Kurenai Yuihi of all people. They had no idea that Kurenai works in a place like this, which Tsume just smirks to her. When Kurenai sees them, she blushes because today she was helping her friend because she's sick and in bed. But the day that she helps her friend is the same that Tsume and Naruto walk into here. But she wonders what Naruto is doing with Tsume. Kurenai-chan, I didn't know you work here. I also never thought you were kind of girl that would like to work in a place like this. Maybe you just wanted to try on these kind of clothes. Tsume smirks as she says that to Kurenai, which she just blushes even deeper shade of red because of Tsume teasing. Tsume-chan, I'm only here because my friend is sick and I'm taking over for her job till she gets better. Also, I'm not into this kind of clothes, but maybe when I get a boyfriend I may start to. Tsume just smirks to her as she starts to walk around to find things to try on in front of Naruto. How she wanted him to have a nosebleed, but she had a more evil idea to do to him. How have you been, Kurenai? Everything going okay for you with your life? Kurenai was shocked that Naruto wasn't bothered by being in this kind of place, which she also realizes that Tsume was getting things to try on in front of Naruto, which she still couldn't believe that both of them were going out together. She wonders what kind of things she will try on in front of Naruto because she had never done anything like that. I'm been going, and thank you for asking, Naruto. But are you waiting for her to pick things out for her to try on in front of you? I had no idea you had a pervert side to you, little Naruto. You most like the idea of her doing that for you. Naruto just blushes as he nods his head, then looks at her, which he notices something. The thing he noticed was that she wasn't in her bandage-looking dress. She was now wearing what looks like a pair of black pairs and a low-cut red shirt. He couldn't believe she loved this great without her bandage dress, but he wonders why she wears that. But he was also glad that he turned around to look at his mate when he did. She was bending over, which he could a good view of her. When Tsume looks over, she can see him staring at her, so she shakes it little bit before getting up. Kurenai couldn't believe that Tsume had done that and was glad that there weren't any other men to see that. Because if there was, they may have tried something like slap her or grab it. But if that happened, then Naruto would hurt them or kill them, so she really is glad no one else is here. Naruto, on the other hand, was smirking as she done that to him. She is a little wild, but are you sure you can handle her, Naruto? You are after all younger than her. Naruto smirks at that, which he just thinks about what happened last night. Yes, she is wild and he loves how wild she is between the sheets. Naruto knows that he can handle her, and after how he handled her last night, which Tsume knows that he can as well. Yes, she is in more ways than one. Kurenai can tell what he means and can't believe that the two of them did that. They only start seeing each other yesterday. They see Tsume walk up to them with clothes to try on as she wakes up to them as Naruto sees that she got many things to try on. Let's go, and I know you want to see what they look on me, but I want you to wait and see them as you're. She moves to his ear and whispers, ripping them off me at night. Naruto blushes as he thinks of doing that to her. How about you try on few now for me, Tsume, and we do that to others later? Naruto asked her as he kisses her neck and lips, which she knows that he wants to see her in few badly. Tsume just smirks as she takes his hand and walks towards the changing room, which Kurenai was watching them go inside as she just shakes her head. Once they get into the changing room, Tsume starts to take her shirt off as Naruto was standing there smirking. Tsume then takes her pants off as she's standing there in front of her with just her panties. Naruto moves up her as he cups her with his hands and moves them gently as she moans. "Bad Kitsune, you have to wait for tonight to do that." He licks her nipple then moves back so she can try clothes on. She puts on what looks like a red bra which has holes for her nipples to stick out as Naruto smirks. His fingers goes to her nipples and plays with them as they grow hard and Tsume looks at him. She moves his hands off her nipples as she puts on one of her nightgowns that she got for herself. It was an orange see-through one which Naruto likes the color orange on his mate. For being a bad kitsune, that's all trying on I'm going to do. She takes nightgown off and bra. She puts her shirt back on, but before she could put her pants on, Naruto gives her a nice hard slap causing her to jump little bit. She then puts her pants back on as both of them walk out of the changing room. Tsume hands Kurenai the clothes as she rings the clothes up, which Tsume pays for the clothes before Naruto could try to pay for them. "How come you didn't let me pay for them?" Tsume smiles at him because she knows he wants pay for her all the time, but thing is he's still a genin and she is a clan head. She knows that he doesn't have money to pay for them because if he did then she wonders what he's been doing on the side. But Naruto on the other hand didn't like that she stopped me from paying for her. To him she was his mate and he wanted to pay for things that she wanted to buy. Because it cost way too much for you to pay for it. Maybe when you're a Juin I let you pay for everything. Naruto smiles as he holds the bags for her. There is an about 5 to 6 bag which he wonders how many things she bought. "I have to go meet my team, how about we go back to your house first?" Tsume nods her head to him, which she happy that he has to go. That way she has time to set up everything for tonight. She couldn't help but smirk at the times she thinking about doing to him or showing him. That was one good thing about dating someone older than you. That is because they know more things and can show you more things. Once they get back to Tsume's house, he kisses her and says his goodbyes for now. He starts heading to the training grounds because he knows that his sensei is always late and he doesn't want to wait for him. So for once he was going to be late and he was happy about it. Spending time with his mate was something that was worth being yelled at for being late by his team. With Naruto. Naruto is walking to the training grounds. Once he gets to the grounds he sees Kakashi with Sakura and Sasuke. For the first time he was the one that is late, which he had good feeling that he was going be. "What's up everyone?" Everyone can see how happy he is and wonders why. Everyone but the perverted Kakashi, who's seen Naruto leave with Tsume and adds 2 and 2 together. "You are one lucky bastard. You got to have the hottest MILF in bed. Where were you, Dobi?" Naruto looks at him as he then looks at the Banshee that's yelling her head off about him being late. He never understand why he, even though she was a good person at one point of his life. Now he sees her true colors, and that was a horny fangirl Banshees that wants the last Uchiha to her dry and fangirl pussy. "Naruto, can I talk to you for a minute?" Naruto was wondering why Kakashi wanted to talk to him, but he was going to find out anyway. He nods his head as he follows him away from the team. He was just hoping that Kakashi wasn't going to try and kill him, because if he did then Naruto will kill his so-called sensei without even thinking about it. "I know you hate me for not training you like I should have, like a real sensei would have done. I just can't let the past go and my old teammates. That's why I forced on Sasuke, because I had a teammate that saved my life who was an Uchiha. But unlike Sasuke, he didn't want people to treat him like he was better than them. He wanted to be a normal life like everyone else had, but he died saving my life. He gave him his eyes because I had lost my eye when I did a foolish mistake on a mission. Then I lost the woman I loved because she disappeared on the battlefield, which I tried to find her but can't find anything at all. Then I lost Minato, who was like a second father to me. That is why I showed signs of hate to you. Because the Kyuubi took away the last person that I cared about. I'm sorry for what I have been to you. I just hope you let me make it up to you once the Chunin test is over. I'm being forced to take Sasuke and train him for the time being." Kakashi was truly sorry for all the mistakes he did when it come to being Naruto-sensei. He just wishes that he could go back in time and be with the three people that he cares about and loves. Naruto couldn't believe someone as Kakashi with his pride was asking him to forgive him like this. Only bad thing that Kakashi did to him was not train him, but Naruto understands that why now. He needs to move on and let the past go before it kills him. I will let you, but you need to let the past go before it kills you, which it not just hurt you but the ones around you as well. Kakashi gives him a smile under his mask because he thankful that he will let him make it up to him. But also he knows that Naruto is right about it may kill him or the ones around him. I promise to try to live now and not in the past anymore, and let's go back to the others. But did you and Tsume really do that last night? Naruto nods his head to him. Damn, you one lucky person to get some of that of hers. That's when Naruto smirks as he looks at him. Also, I'm getting it tonight again. That's what shocked Kakashi, because not just once but more times his student getting it more than him. I take that back. You're not lucky person, you're one lucky bastard. Naruto just laughs as he gets to his teammates, which his teammate are wondering why Naruto was laughing like that. I'll be taking Sasuke with me to train for the month, that means that. Sakura, you need to train on your own for the time being. Naruto, most likely Tsume can train you in more than one area, and maybe that kind of training will be more fun. Naruto blushes as he hears that, then sends Kakashi a death glare, which he just takes Sasuke and disappears. Naruto starts to walk off to his place. He needs to get a new change of clothes on. As he walks to his house, he stops by the dango shop because he sees Kurenai and Anko talking. When he gets closer, Kurenai looks at him, which Anko just giggles at him. What's with the giggling? Both of them look at each other because he most not knows what going to happen later tonight. Anko couldn't believe that he was really dating Tsume and that she had tired clothes on for him. Nothing, Naruto-kun, we are just having nice happy giggling, what's wrong with that? Anko replied back with an innocent look on her beautiful and sweet face. Naruto just slaps himself on the head inside his mind. She must have told Anko about Tsume trying on clothes in front of him or something like that. What is so damn funny, and is so funny, and is it about Kurenai telling you that Tsume try on clothes in front of me? If it is, then how come it's so funny then? I know this all started with it. Kurenai blushed, and now you're laughing because of it. Anko just smirks to him as Kurenai looks around because she had never done that before. She had never tired clothes on like that in front of someone. Then again, she has only been in front of someone only one time, and that was the first time she had. But Anko, on the other hand, though, it was so funny because her best friend was blushing about talking about it. We don't know what you're talking about, Naruto-kun, so stop worrying about things. But you will have fun tonight with your Tsume, and maybe she will tell us all about it. Naruto just shakes his head as he couldn't believe that two of them. Do all women around here share stories like that with each other? Also, how did she know about tonight? Did she talk to Tsume or something? I have to ask Tsume if she talked to Anko just now, because Anko really does love to tease people, doesn't she? But I know it's all a act. What did you think women do when they get together? Just say hello or sit there bored. You really need to learn more about women, Naruto-kun. Naruto just shakes his head again because now Kyuubi is acting like that, which she just giggles as well. Sometimes he wonders why things always happen to him. He wonders if the Hokage will help him train, but he wishes he doesn't have to ask him for help. He hates the man, but he knows that he is still Hokage, and even if it was all a lie, he was there for him. He may not trust him and may never trust him, but he wasn't the one that he wants to kill. The one he wants to kill is that old hawk and leader of the root Anbu. But he does remember the times when the old man helped him and watched over him, so maybe one day he can forgive him. When he gets to the tower, he sees the girl from the sand village outside the door that leads inside the tower. Naruto walks over to her. As she sees him, she worries what he will do to her. He reminds her of her brother, who is a jailer just like he is, but her brother only one tail and Naruto is the 9 tail. She doesn't know how well his mind is because if he has stronger one then maybe his mind is crazier than Gaara. What was your name again? Sorry that I don't remember your name. She was worrying why he was trying to talk to her. She had though he was going to hurt like because of the demon inside of him. But maybe not all of them jailers are crazy like her brother, which she hopes so. Tamari, and why do you want to know my name for? Naruto could tell that she was scared of him. He figures that he most because of what happened at the Genin fight. But he couldn't blame her for being scared of him after what he did in the fighting arena. Sometimes he wonders why he's not sacred of himself. You don't need to be scared of me, and thanks for telling me your name. I don't know why you are so scared of me, but you really don't need to be. Wen looks into his eyes as she sees his calm and gentle aura around him. She couldn't believe that he didn't have an aura like her younger brother did. How come he doesn't have the share time of aura after all they both have demons sealed inside of them? How come you're heading to the Hokage Tower today, Naruto? Naruto smirks at her because she remembers his name but he didn't remember her name. Damn, I look like a fool. She remembered my name but I forget hers. That one way mess things up before I start. Just need to see the old man. Why are you wondering what I'm doing? Tamari just looks at him as she starts walking away and Naruto looks at her, which she does have nice chest and good. But it doesn't come close to the one Tsume has. Then again in his mind no one can come close to being better than his harem. You're now starting to like looking at other people now, but you most like women's, don't you? Do you want see my human form too? Aha, you say that I'm a pervert, but look at you. Naruto just rolls his eyes as she says that because Naruto has seen her human form and he can't say she doesn't look good. Naruto smirks as he starts thinking of images of Kyuubi in her human form in Doggy and he taking her from behind. Kyuubi blushes as she sees the things he is thinking of and stops teasing him. Naruto starts to walk inside as he sees the old man sitting in his chair like always. The Hokage was wondering why he was here to see him, but he was glad that Naruto had walked into this office again. He may not know why Naruto was here, but he just hopes one day he can forgive this old fool of a man. Naruto looks at him, which he doesn't like that he may need this old man's help. But he knows sometimes in order to grow stronger you need to move your pride aside and hate as well. I was wondering if you can help me train. The Hokage could tell that he really doesn't want to ask him for help. But this way he may get Naruto to learn to like the village and forgive them. So he knows that he was going to do whatever he can in order to make it up to him, and if elders don't like it then they can all go to hell. That is because this village has took everything away from him and hated him for something that this village caused in the first person. What do you need help with? What kind of training are you talking about? Naruto looks at him. He really hates that he needs to help this man for help. But he needs to learn how to use his katana better, which he can't learn that on his own. He knows that Tsume doesn't know how to use a katana and part of his was glad for that. He doesn't want to see her mad at him and with a sword in her hand that was something that spelled pain for him. I need to learn how to use my katana better, and I know Tsume can't help me in that area. If I don't learn how to use it better then I can't use it as well as I need to. The old man smiles at Naruto because he knows the perfect person to get for him. But he just hopes that she can get over her love or death by helping Naruto train. Maybe Naruto still has the power to change people and can save her from doing something to herself. I know someone who will start to teach you tomorrow, which she will come and find you when she starts to train you. I hope that I can help you later on as well. If you need anything just ask. Naruto can tell by the old man voice that he means what he says. He wishes that things didn't happen as they did because then he could have trusted the old man. Even though he knows that old man had little part in what his clan did, somewhere inside of him doesn't hate him. Naruto starts to walk out of the Hokage office, which he runs into Iruka. Iruka was someone that he could trust because he didn't know what was going on, but he was still nice to him. Even after the Kyuubi had killed his family, Iruka never once did show him hate but sometimes yelled at him. But that was only because he played pranks on him and did things he shouldn't have done. He was like a big brother to Naruto, which he was glad of because Iruka was one of the first people to truly be nice and kind to him. Hello Naruto, how are you doing too? Naruto smiles to the Chunin because he truly was glad that Iruka was nice to him when he was younger and still is. He is also glad that after what everyone found out yesterday that he was still nice to him. Part of him has love for this hell of a village, and that is because of the few people in this village that he cares about. I'm doing good, and how about you? Iruka looks at Naruto and he can tell something bothering him. Maybe he can get Naruto to tell him what it is. He never did like seeing things bother Naruto because he has too many burdens as it is. Once he found out what happened yesterday, he couldn't believe this village had done that and made Naruto life to be hell for something they did. He was happy that he didn't blame Naruto like everyone else because real killer of his family was the village. I'm doing well but busy as hell, never a day without kids in school yelling or causing trouble. What is it that bothering you? You look like something is. Naruto wonders if Iruka knows what he should do about the village. I was wondering if you know how I should do about the village once I found out the real reason everything happened. Part of me doesn't hate the village, but the other part of me wishes to see it all burn to the ground for killing my clan. I just don't know what to do anymore. Iruka was wondering if Naruto was going to ask him that because even he doesn't know what he should do about sometimes like that. I really don't know what to tell you because I never had to go through what you're going through now. Only thing I can tell you is that you need to follow what your heart says and not your mind. Naruto smiles as Iruka as he realizes that he was right about following your heart and not your mind. His heart is saying to keep Tsume safe and happy no matter what. Thank you, that really helped Iruka. I hope I see you again soon. Naruto walks away as Iruka smiles to himself because he doesn't know how he helped Naruto, but he was glad that he was smiling. Maybe someday he will learn to forgive this foolish village for what he has done in the past. He walks back over to his favorite place to eat. As he gets inside, he sees 3 women from Kumo. Which he does knows people are coming here for the Chunin, but he didn't see anyone from Kumo. There was no team from them in the test this time, but then again they may be with their leader to see how this year of Genins are doing. It wasn't rare for other leaders to watch the tests in order to see how the other villages were growing in power and skill. Naruto goes down and sits next to them as he looks at the 3 of them. First one to catch his eyes was the one in the middle with blonde hair and 2 beautiful blue eyes as she eats her ramen, which he also noticed that she has one hell of a chest. It was the biggest that he has even seen, but he then looks to her right. She has red hair and yellow eyes, which her skin was darker than the other 2. She didn't have as big as her friends, but she was a nice size. The one on the left had long blonde hair as well, but she has green eyes. Her eyes were like 2 beautiful gems as they grow, which Naruto then looks at Ayame as she walks over to him. You're back again, Naruto-kun. When she asked them, the 3 women look over and see Ayame talking to Naruto. What can I say? I love eating at this place, and that's because it has the best ramen in the world. Ayame smiles to him as she takes his order and goes back to where her father is cooking. The 3 women just keep looking at Naruto, which he just smirks because he can tell that all 3 of them are older than him. Is there something on my face, or do you just like looking at me? He said to the 3 women, which they blushed because that wasn't why they were looking at him. Okay everyone, but middle woman wasn't looking at him because of that. Don't get too big of a ego, that wasn't why we were looking at you. The one with eyes of a cat said back to him as he just gives them a kitsune smirk, which the middle one blushes then looks away. I see, so are you here to watch the fights? Once they hear him ask that, they just nod their heads to him. You must be here with your rakas then. Again they nod their heads to him as he just closes his eyes as he sees his ramen being put down on the table in front of him and Ayame moving away. What do you think of this village so far, and what are your names? The on one the right smirks as she looks at him with her yellow eyes as he just looks back at the 3 of them, waiting for them to say something back to him. It's rude to ask someone else's name before giving your own name first. That when Naruto just smirks back at her as he likes how she acts towards him. It'd not be fun if the people just told you who they are without little fire to it. My name is Naruto Ukami, and what are your names? Naruto just looks at them as he and wonders what Tsume would do if he found out about him talking to women like this. But he was told that he has to bring back his clan, and he knows he needs more than just one mate. My name is Samui, and one to my right is Kurai, and one to my left is Yugito ni, and why are you so friendly to us? We are from another village and not from yours. Yugito was now lost in thought. She starts to talk to someone inside her head. Did that brat say Ukami kitten? That was the clan that Kyuubi guarded from harm. Yugito was shocked to find out that the Queen of Demons was nice to a human clan, but the thing is, no one knows that they aren't demons but the so-called demons themselves. Your clan is the one that is guarded by the nine-tailed demon Kyuubi. Her two teams were shocked that a demon was doing that, and Naruto was kind of shocked that someone knows about his clan and Kyuubi. Not anymore. This village attacked and killed my clan as they slept, and Kyuubi found out and attacked the village. Now the Kyuubi is inside me, and don't call them demons because they are far from demons. They are 9 guardians that Kami herself put here in order to keep humans from killing each other to the point of total death of the race. Yugito had no idea that she had a holy guardian inside her, but that when she starts to hear the Nibi saying that he was right. So you're a jail too. But why would they attack a clan that was from their own village? Now looks at Yugito, which he just closes his eyes as he thinks about why and what they killed his clan. Sometimes the pain doesn't go away as he thinks about it, and it may never go away for good. I'm the last of me clan because the fourth, the Hokage, was told lies about my clan going attack the village. My clan lived on its pride and loyalty and never would turn on their allies and friends. When Kyuubi found my clan members killed and women raped, she attacked the village, and the fourth Hokage died, sealing the Kyuubi inside of me. He used a jutsu that cost him his life. Now 3 Kumo shinobis couldn't believe that this village would do something like that to a clan. They have heard about the Uchiha clan being killed by one of its own members, but this was something far worse. How did you live knowing all of this? How did you put up with living in a village that did all these evil things to your clan? His eyes moved to Samui, which he knows the only reason he is still alive or in the village is because of the seal. The seal that took away his past and everything Kyuubi told him that day. Flashback. Naruto, a 7-year-old boy, was now pissed off because he just found out that his real name isn't Uzumaki, and that's because his real name is Ukami. He was on his way to yell at the old man and hurt him for killing his family. How could this village have done something like that to one of their own clan? Naruto kicks the door open as the old man can see that Naruto was pissed off, and he was wondering why, but that stopped when Naruto went into his bloodline and grows his 2 wings. You killed my clan and gave me a name that isn't my real one. Who the hell do you think you are, old man? You had no righ. Naruto didn't get chance to do anything as the old man was now holding him against the wall. I'm sorry Naruto, but this is for your old good. He said as he does hand signs and uses a seal on Naruto's head as he starts to forget about what he just learned and how to talk to Kyuubi. When Naruto woke up, the old man told him that he hit his head on the ground and was now in the Hokage office. End flashback. Once Naruto told them all that happened, to say that they weren't shocked was something that was like saying Jiraiya wasn't a pervert who spies on women in bathhouse. They couldn't believe that the Hokage of this village would do something like that to a little kid. Yugito couldn't hold it as she grabs Naruto and pulls him into a hug. Naruto was catch off guard as she did that and was wondering why she was doing that. I see Naruto-kun is looking for people help him bring back his clan now. All 4 of them had a blush on their faces as they looked to see who said that. Naruto was now shocked because Tsume was now standing there with a smirk on her face and sits down next to them. Tsume, what are you talking about? Naruto trying to get out of his mouth as she just smirks again, then looks at the 3 women that look great but older than Naruto. It's okay, I know you have to bring your clan back, but you really go for older women. 3 women about to yell, which Tsume realizes she should stop teasing them now. I'm just joking with you 3, but if you want you could have him. Naruto just shakes his head as the three women calm down and look at Naruto and her. Is this your girlfriend or something? Yugito was the first one of the group to start talking again. I'm his first maiden, not his last one. Also, the village is now forcing him to have more than one mate and they try and get girls you dislike with you. Naruto just shakes his head as he looks up at Tsume with a why in hell look on his face. This why I can't stand this village, already forcing me into doing that thing and even when I don't want more than one love. All four women smirk to him as he just looks at them. How about you show these women around Konoha and meet me up at my house later? Tsume said as she kisses his lips and walks out of the ramen place as Naruto just looks at Tsume then her as she walks away. Do you want me show you around Konoha? Samui nods her head as they pay for their food and start to walk out of the place. Where do you three want to go first? That's when Kurai remembers that they need to find the Hokage Tower because the Rakas should be there by now and same with their sensei and teammate. We need to go to the Hokage Tower to meet the Rakas and our sensei and last teammate. Naruto just looks at her as he nods his head and starts walking to the Hokage Tower with the three of them behind him. Narutox Tsume. Should I put a Narutox Tsume in the next chapter?